Hello, my dear children. Children, today in the class we will study force between two parallel state current carrying conductors, carrying current in the same direction and then carrying current in opposite direction. And based on this article, we will define 1 ampere of current. Before we proceed ahead with the class, let us recapitulate certain points which we have already studied, and we are going to use these points here in the article. Well, the very first thing which we studied last time was force over current carrying conductor in magnetic field. When a current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, it experiences a force, and the value of force is BIL sin theta. B is magnetic field, I is current passing through the conductor, L is the length of the conductor, and theta is the angle between length vector and magnetic field vector. Direction of this force is given by the same usual Fleming's left hand rule. This is mother, father, child rule, which says that if this index finger is along magnetic field, this tallest finger is along current, this time current, then this thumb is going to represent the direction of force. Well, let us apply it and see the direction of force. This is the situation given before you. This is a conductor placed in cross magnetic field. Cross means perpendicular inward. This conductor carries current in this direction. So let us work out the direction of force. Well, let us take this finger along magnetic field, and magnetic field is what? Cross, perpendicular inward. Now let us take this tallest finger along current, and if we take the tallest finger along current without changing the direction of index finger, where is the thumb? Thumb is towards left, as shown in the diagram, as shown here by my hand over board. So the force over this conductor is towards left. So every current carrying conductor in magnetic field experiences force. The value of force is BIL sin theta, and direction of force is given by Fleming's left hand rule. Magnetic field, direction of current, and this is force over current carrying conductor. Well, there are certain other results which you have already studied, and you must know, you must have a very thorough command over those results before we proceed ahead. Well, one of the very important result is that is Fleming's right hand rule. What is Fleming's right hand rule? Fleming's right hand palm rule. So this is Fleming's right hand palm rule I am making for you. This is Fleming's right hand palm rule. This is thumb. These are fingers. These are fingers of your hand. If you place current carrying conductor along thumb, this is current, then direction of magnetic field at any point is what? Direction perpendicular to palm. So this is Fleming's right hand palm rule. If current carrying conductor is placed along thumb, the direction of magnetic field at any point is direction perpendicular to palm, like this. So you should know this, and you know it very well. The next result which we should know is what? Magnetic field due to long and straight current carrying conductor at any point close to it. So this is point P at a distance R from this current carrying conductor. What is magnetic field due to long straight current carrying conductor? It is mu naught I upon 2 pi A. This is magnetic field due to long straight current carrying conductor. And another result which we all know is the direction, the value of magnetic field over the axis of current carrying conductor. So value of magnetic field over the axis of current carrying conductor is always 0. This is current carrying conductor at any point over its axis, both inside as well as outside. The magnetic field is 0. Now let us switch over to the article of the day, that is force between parallel state current carrying conductor. Okay children, situation 1. So these are two state current carrying conductor. They carry current in the same direction. They exert force over one another. Why? Because they lie in the magnetic field of one another. This conductor creates magnetic field all around itself and this conductor also creates magnetic field here. So magnetic field, because of this state carrying conductor carrying current I at a distance a from it, would be what? Would be in the direction, in this direction, that is cross by Fleming's right hand rule. The magnetic field here would be cross, and the value of magnetic field would be what? Mu naught I upon 2 pi a. Mu naught I1 upon 2 pi a. Well, this conductor creates magnetic field here, and also this conductor creates magnetic field here, and magnetic field because of this conductor here would be what? See, in this direction. This is thumb, current along thumb, and what is normal to the palm? Normal to the palm would be outward. So the magnetic field here would be dot. Magnetic field here would be dot. That is perpendicular outward. Because of this current carrying conductor, magnetic field here is in this direction. Well, the value of magnetic field is going to be mu naught I upon 2 pi a. Mu naught I2 upon 2 pi a. This is the magnetic field here. Now let us work out the direction of force. See, magnetic field here is where? In the outward direction. And where is current? Current is like this. This is magnetic field, this is Fleming's left hand rule. This is magnetic field out, perpendicular outward. This is current, and where is thumb pointing? Towards right. That means force over this conductor number 1 would be towards right, and that is F1. Well, let us find out the direction of force here. Magnetic field here is cross. See, this is magnetic field, it is in this direction. Where is current? Without changing this index finger, let us take this tallest finger along current. Now where is thumb? Thumb is towards left. That means force over conductor number 2 is towards left. And you can see that both the forces are towards each other. That means the two conductors are going to attract each other. Two conductors are going to attract each other because the forces over them are towards each other. You might say that this conductor creates magnetic field all around itself. This conductor should also be acted upon by its own field? No, not at all. This conductor is not going to be acted upon by any force because of its own field, because its own field right here is 0. Magnetic field because of this conductor, where it is placed, is 0 because of this conductor. So magnetic field over the axis of conductor is 0. Therefore, because of own magnetic field, there is no force. The force over it is because of this current carrying conductor creating magnetic field here, and force here is because of this current carrying conductor creating magnetic field here. So both are in the magnetic field of each other. As the result, they experience force as shown here in the diagram like this, and here what? It is like this. Both the forces are towards each other, therefore they attract each other. Force F1, this is force F2. This L1 is the length of conductor number 1, L2 is the length of conductor number 2. Now what is force over this conductor number 1? Force over this conductor F1 would be what? Magnetic field B, I, L, and sine theta. Theta is what? 90. Magnetic field and length, they are perpendicular to each other. So the force is what? B, I, L, sine 90. B is what? Magnetic field because of this conductor here, B2. If we substitute the value of B2, mu naught I2 upon 2 pi A, we get the expression like this. And if we change the side of L1, F1 upon L1, what are we left with? Mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi A. This is force per unit length acting over conductor number 1. Well, if we find out force over conductor number 2, this force is BIL sin theta. B is the magnetic field here, I is the current I2, and L2 is the length sin 90. Well, if we substitute the value of B1, we get the expression like this, and we shift the side of L2 from here to here, we get F2 upon L2. This is force per unit length over conductor number 2. Mu naught I1 I2 upon 2 pi A. Now look at equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 and 2 are same. Right hand side of both the equations are same. What does this mean? This simply means both conductors attract each other with equal force per unit length acting over them. So two conductors, when carry current in the same direction, they attract each other, and force of attraction per unit length over them are equal in magnitude and of course opposite in direction. If we find out force over two current carrying conductors in opposite direction, well, let us work it out. This conductor will have magnetic field all around itself, and right here at conductor number 2, because of conductor number 1, magnetic field will be where? cross. Why cross? Because of Fleming's right hand palm rule. And this magnetic field cross has the same value as we have written here. Magnetic field because of this conductor here. Magnetic field because of this conductor here would be what? Again cross. See, this time the current in this conductor is where? In the downward direction. So magnetic field here would be what? In the direction which is what? Cross. This is magnetic field because of conductor number 2 here, B2. The value of B2 would be same as the B2 written there. Now let us find out the direction of force. This conductor is acted upon by magnetic field in this direction. The current is where? In the downward direction. So what is force? Force is towards side. Can you all see? The force over this conductor is, this is magnetic field cross. The current is where? Down, and the thumb is towards side. The force over this conductor is towards side, and that is what is F2. And let us find out force over this conductor. Force over this conductor would be, magnetic field is cross, but the current is where? The current is in this direction. Where is thumb pointing? Thumb is pointing towards left. That is F1. Since the forces are in opposite direction, therefore both the conductors repel each other. And if we find out the values of forces F1 and F2, the same workout goes, and we again come to the same conclusion that the two current carrying conductors are going to repel each other this time with equal value of force per unit length acting over them. So what is the overall conclusion? Overall conclusion is two current carrying conductors get parallel to each other, carry current in the same direction, repel each other. If they carry current in the opposite direction, if they carry current in the same direction, they attract each other, and if they carry current in the opposite direction, they repel each other. And this force of attraction or repulsion has equal value per unit length acting over them. So the value of force acting over both the conductor is F upon L, that is force per unit length, is mu naught upon 2 pi I1 I2 by A. And this expression is used to define 1 ampere of current. Now see, if we write I1, I2 is equal to 1 ampere, A as 1 meter, then what is F1 upon L? F upon L would be mu naught upon 2 pi. And this mu naught upon 2 pi is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. Why? Because mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 to the power minus 7. Now, if we write this in words, if we are able to write this in words, we are able to write down the definition of 1 ampere. Well, one way is written here. Two parallel current carrying conductors, two parallel equal current carrying conductors 1 meter apart, if exert a force of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter over each other, then current in the conductor is said to be 1 ampere. If two current carrying conductors 1 meter apart experience a force of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter, then current flowing them is said to be 1 ampere each. 1 ampere is that current which when flows through two conductors 1 meter apart, when the conductor experiences a force of 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter. So you can write down these mathematical statements in words and you have the definition of 1 ampere of current. Well, this is all for the day. We'll meet again very shortly. Until then, goodbye.